Yeah. She break her waist like go with it, pop. I don't mind if we go a little football. Dark skin girl like Lupita. In a spaceship I fly Jupiter. If I ever tell you.
Oh no. That's just a feeling. Baby, you don't send me, I get the juice. And I get the sauce. I go cook you nice like a soup. With no so much sauce. I go do the dance together. Give me the time from the back. Trust me, I'll rock you body. You go love me more like a duck. You be like, hey, I like the shocky to my body. You be like, say, baby, I like the shocky to my body. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I can feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. I feel really nice. I feel really nice. My baby loves you now. I feel really nice. Oh yeah, make me dance together, super. My baby loves together, super. Everybody dance together, super. Oh yeah, dance together, super. I said make me dance together, super. I said the roll on me the sweeter. You tell me instead of it, I like how much. I said the dance together, super. Iche, love. I love the sweet past your love. It's your love now, it's your love now, tender. So cool and sweet, now on the killer. I get the Tracy, I like to see ya. From my non to America. My love for you, baby, no go scatter. You no go scatter, man. You no go scatter. Hey, you no go scatter, man. You know my body is sexy, touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I will feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. Let me feel your sexy touch all over me. Give me nicely all over me. I will feel your love all over me. Give me plenty all over me. I feel in my young girl. I feel in my young girl. My baby loves me now. I feel in my young girl. Oh yeah, make me dance together, super. My baby loves together, super. Everybody dance together, super. Oh yeah, dance together, super. It's just a opinion.
Good morning, family. How are you doing this wonderful morning? It's on a Monday. It's on a Monday. Welcome to the show. This is the Pan African Bliss Show. And my name is Joby. And you're tuned into the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. It's on 5th. It's on 5th. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's on 3rd of May. Whoa, it's on 3rd of May. The month is really running too quick. I mean, it's the first week. And of course, another show whereby we get to catch you, in the Black Fire Network Media for the 21st century. It's 44 minutes past 10 here in Nairobi, and the weather is really doing okay. Tell me, how did you spend your weekend? Do remember to get hold of us on our social media handle, that is on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course also on Facebook. That is the blackoutfirenetwork.com. And of course, if you've missed any of these shows, you can get hold of us or even watch any of our videos and get to share with your friends, get to educate each other out there. You can catch us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. How are you doing this wonderful morning? morning. How was your weekend? Mine was really, really okay. I can't really complain. It was super busy, super, super okay, super blessed, and I'm so grateful to be here on this wonderful morning with you. Tell me where you're listening to us from, and of course, we're looking forward to have some amazing topic here on the Pan African Bliss Show. It's all about positive energy. I'm sorry, it's all about positive energy. We don't want any negative vibes here. As I always say. And of course, that was Ikebe words. What's the name of the song? Ikebe Suku. I don't know Ikebe Suku. Ikebe Super by Jessie J. Josie J. I think she's from all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing this wonderful morning? Where are you listening to us from? And of course, how was your weekend? Do get to share with me. And of course, in the comment section, I'll get to interact with you. Remember, it's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but as for me, I'm tuning in. I'm here, giving all these positive vibes all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. And of course, we're looking forward to having an amazing moment, amazing week, a fabulous week. May has just kicked in, and I was, the last time I was there, that was on Friday. I got to ask you, I don't know how you got to spend your month of April, or what was the affirmations or manifestations that you made. Did you achieve anything? And of course, we've just kicked in. We have just kicked in another new month, whereby, of course, people have goals, others want to travel. And of course, also do not forget, here in Nairobi, Kenya, our president just removed the lockdown. Our country is free. People are free to travel. And of course, the curfew restrictions are still on, though the time is a little bit, it has been extended a little bit, the way it was back then. That is from, the curfew starts running from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., whereby you can wake up and start running your morning business. And of course, trust you me, Kenyans are so happy. Kenyans are so excited because of this. People people at least can get back to their normal businesses. And of course, I have to thank, our good artist, I can give him a round of applause. That is Calligraph Jones, whereby he went by and posted it and said, people were bluffing words out here when I went to meet President William, that is the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto. And of course, they got to sit down and they discussed matters that are affecting our nations, including the artists themselves. And of course, I've seen people going back to the studios. I can see there's some amazing jams. Of course, people are about to get to work because, hey, shows Rudy, shows are about to come back. So many events are about to come back, and we hope the president doesn't think twice again about it. It's all a matter, of course, also about how we control ourselves and how we handle the situations. We just have to obey the government's rules, and of course, we're gonna be in a safe place. We're gonna kick in and run your businesses as normal. People are so happy. Personally, maybe I may plan a vacay. I don't know, because hey, people who are so worried, businesses are be so affected. But we hope things are gonna go back to normal little by little. So I don't know where you're listening to us from. Tell us how the COVID-19 restrictions are, where you're listening to us from. Is everything okay? Is there still lockdown? Is there still curfew restrictions? Are you keeping on with your mask? Are you sanitizing yourself? Because hey, you never know where you're gonna bump into the cops. Of course, we're gonna take a short break and we're gonna be right back. So do not touch that button. We're gonna play you some amazing music by Josie again. It's called Kamia. I think this is the most amazing jam that I've found. It's kind of vibing. It's kind of vibe. I really like it. So I don't know what you think about it. I'm gonna play it, and of course, do get to interact with me on the social media handles. That is on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on Twitter. That is at the Black Hot Fire Network. That is at the Black Hot Fire Network. And of course, if you've missed any of these shows, as I said, whereby you get to catch some amazing talks, some amazing vibes, amazing music, of course, all the way from Africa to the world, international, and of course local. Do get hold of us on the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe, share, comment, tell us what you think, we need to improve also. They say the customer is always right. So here, my listeners are always right. So do get to interact with me. This is Come Here by Josie. So do not touch that button. My baby final. Just a baby. You be my fire, you be my lighter, you be the star up in the sky where they shine me my love. I love you forever, I
nobody like you. Come in my friends and my family, yeah, I can do without you. My baby, oh, you be my strength and my power. You already know, I say do anything for your matter, yeah. My baby, oh, I feel come on there for you. I feel by and stand for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My baby Kilimanjaro. Um, my baby Sparrow. Um, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. Darling, now only you wanna see from my dream mode. I don't care. If loving is wrong, I don't want to be right here. You be my sugar, and I love you forever. And I put us under. Make it the mental. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby fine, you get romantic, try, you get romantic. My baby sweet, you know the stingy. I swear you know the stingy. It's come about, hey, give it to me well, hey, it's a lava. I be collect chapo. Come with my friends and my family, and they all want to meet you. I care about you, and I love you, baby, oh. You be my strength and my power. You already know. I say do anything for your matter, yeah. My baby, oh, come on there for you. I feel by and stand for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You want to end this story, yeah.
All the way from Nigeria. That is Kamia from, from all the way from Nigeria. The name of the song is Kamia by Josie. I think she's from Nigeria, which we're gonna do some research about that. And of course, welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're tuned into the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. How are you doing this wonderful morning? I'm blessed personally. I don't know how was your weekend. My weekend was super okay, super fantastic. A little bit tiresome, but we are grateful to God that we get a chance to tune in here on the Blackout Fire Network with you, and of course get to interact with you. Remember, here it's all about positivity, no negative energy allowed. And of course, do remember to share, get hold of me on my social media handles, that is on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Instagram, whereby you can get to interact with us and give us your thoughts on whatever topic that we'll be discussing today. And of course, also, if you've missed any of these videos, get hold of us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, whereby you can get to watch some amazing podcasts and amazing videos, amazing programs that we have shared with you guys, if you've missed any of them. And you can get to interact with people, by listening with them. And of course, get to share, comments, like, comment, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, of course, and subscribe to support our platform. Welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show. It's 3rd of May 2021. So I don't know which goals you have for this month. Mine, I don't know. I've not yet put down some affirmations on the paper, because I said I love putting it down on paper. I'm the kind of person, even when I'm thinking like I'm the kind of person who loves removing my anger by writing down on the paper. So I don't know about you, but I have so many manifestations that I need to put across, this month. And of course, it's 54 minutes past 10 here in Nairobi. The weather is really hot. The sun is really, really, really hot, and it's crazy how the weather just changes so abruptly. Yeah, 1 minute it's sunny and the other minute it's raining. So, but we're grateful despite it all. We are grateful. So, where are you listening to us from? Where are you tuning in from? Get to interact with me, and of course, as we look forward to an amazing topic. So, yeah, how was your weekend? Mine was okay. Mine was okay, as I said. And of course, some things have happened during the weekend, whereby we're gonna discuss them as we go on. So many things have happened, and one of them, we can say, I can get to appreciate my president, that is Uhuru Kenyatta, by removing the lockdown and of course extending the curfew time, because people were, I believe on Friday, people did march to the State House, and of course people were demanding, freedom, and of course the lockdown to be removed. And the president did get to hear the common wananchi's voice. He got to listen to them, and he did whatever he had to do. And of course, we also get to appreciate our artists, Calligraph Jones, and those who got, went out of their way to meet the deputy president, that is Samoei William Ruto, by talking to them, talking to him and addressing the issues that are affecting artists, and of course the common wananchi here in Nairobi. And of course, we are so grateful because they have got to listen to us. The lockdown has been removed. At least people can go back to their normal businesses. The buses can start traveling. People can go and come back from to the up country, from the rural area to Nairobi, from Nairobi to the rural area. I think now I'm planning even on a vacay. I don't know, I'm gonna do a vacation, maybe I don't know if Keith is gonna give me that permission. But of course, we're so grateful being here this wonderful morning. So I don't know what you have, as I said, the manifestation that you have for this month, whatever plans that you have. But do remember, if you have anything that you want to do, let's say if you want to start a business, you have something in mind, and or maybe a project, and you don't know how to start it, or maybe you have the least amount that you have. I told you, and I'll always keep on repeating it, start right now. There's no better or perfect time. The time is right now. The time is right now. And as we talk of, appreciating how Calligraph Jones, he went to talk to the deputy president by, raising the matters or the issues that were affecting Kenyans. We're gonna start with with our comedians. Comedy is also part of artists. And of course, we got to see on Friday there was an issue that was during the weekend. There was an issue that was arising whereby there's the comedian, the Jemutai. She's all the way from Churchill. I don't know if you've heard of Churchill show, but it's a show that runs in Kenya. It's a comedian show that runs here in Kenya. And of course, it has been, let's say, it has not been active since COVID-19 began, because people have to keep distance. We can't meet at a place whereby we just want to laugh, just have a good time. All this has been affected, and of course comedians have been affected because this is the money that they were expecting, whereby they have to pay rent, they have to pay bills, they have to cater for their kids. But all this has just been so bad everything since the COVID-19 restrictions began. And of course that is since 2020. Everything went so bad to everyone, and of course others had to find some things to do. That includes, I know of Sleepy. He's also from Churchill. I know of how is it called? Is it? I know I'm gonna remember his name. He's on a billboard right now. I'm gonna remember his name. And of course, we've seen people being affected. And I'm gonna start by Jemuntai. She's called Jemuntai. She does this comedy whereby she has the accent of the Kisis. The Kisii is a certain community all the way, from the Western region. Is it the Western region? I guess. So we are. She went ahead, and of course there was an issue that was arising whereby she was having issues, and she came in front claiming that baby daddy, who's also a comedian, has not been he has been a deadbeat dad. He has been a deadbeat dad whereby he's not providing for his kids, he's not paying the rent and everything. I believe whereby if you even impregnated a woman, or if you're having a lady outside there who has your baby, you should cater for everything, because maybe if this woman never had a kid, or your kid, she'll be on another level, she'll be doing other things, but she has to take care of the kids. The moment whereby you decide having of whereby you come to a point in a life and you're just like, I want to settle, I want to have a kid. And relationships at the beginning, they're always sweet, but the moment the baby kicks in, everything changes. I don't know if most of you, or it happens to most of you or many of you, but that's one thing for sure. When the moment a baby kicks in a relationship or in a marriage, everything totally changes. And that's why you find expenses rising. You need diapers, you need wet wipes, you need clothes. She's growing, she needs to change, she needs shoes. And of course also the baby mama, or the wife, she's also needs supposed to be taken care of, and which is by you, the man. The man, you're supposed to be doing this, catering for these two people, because you took them and decided you want them to be in your life. So you have to be fully responsible for everything that happens into their life. So I'm gonna speak of Jemutai, whereby she went ahead and spoke of her baby daddy being been a deadbeat dad. She has been unable to pay, raise the rent. She's been owed 3 months rent, whereby she's been unable to raise. And trust you me, in Nairobi, Kenya, it's not a place where you're gonna stand with a landlord and tell them, and especially if you're an artist, they have this mentality whereby, swear in the artist, or you're an artist, so how can you be broke? How can you be broke? Trust you me, things ain't easy. Everyone has things and issues to struggle with it on a daily basis, on a daily basis. So the moment whereby you're gonna stand in front of a landlord or a caretaker telling them, just give me 1 month, give me 2 months, I'm gonna pay you the all amount, they don't care. And of course they're gonna keep on, they start talking, they always start talking, telling neighbors, you see her, oh, she's not paying rent, oh, you see, oh. So Jemuntai went ahead and spoke of the baby daddy, and of course the matters of how the comedy industry has affected the Kenyans, of course, our maybe comedians, let me say, in general. And whereby she has been unable not to pay the rent or raise the rent for 3 months. And of course she also said the society also noted single mothers were heavily affected and urged the government to get a stimulus kitty working for them. Whereby I think by her coming in front, she has been able. There's some people who have come in front and say they're gonna pay the rent for her. They're gonna help her raise the fund the rent, and of course also take care of a baby. The baby daddy also did come in front and claim that he's not a deadbeat dad, of which I really, really doubt, because this guy, as much as I know him, he's really a joker. As much as he's a joker in the Churchill, he's also a joker, I think, in real life. No offense, but in general, I think you should be able, whenever you wanna, let's say you wanna have a baby, or let's say you are coaching someone and you decide they wanna bear a kid for you, or maybe accidentally they bear a kid for you, just be responsible enough. And of course that is going to bring us to the topic of today. We're going to take a short break and we're going to be right back. Do not touch that button. Do not be a deadbeat daddy. Do not be a deadbeat daddy.
Jana usiku zili nice, manze zangu zilipaka, manze nilisima hunters, manze sasa ni mahanda. Jana usiku zili nice, manze nilienda westi, manze nikapoteza tenje, manze sasa nikabambe, manze nimechekwa bed, nikasikia call, kuchiki BFF, ati uko wapi, tuende kupati, juu ati ni Friday, ako na maganji, teke hadi shower, nika call Uber, nikapaka lip balm, nikapiga picha, nikaeka Insta, nikazima stima, mimi nikajichuja na nikaenda form. Dere anaenda slow mo, ungedhani amechapa ndoo, westi kuna kaa kumechrome, na meza imejaka bond. Jana usiku zili nice, manze zangu zilipaka, manze nilisima hunters, manze sasa ni mahanda. Jana usiku zili nice, manze nilienda westi, manze nikapoteza chenje, manze sasa nikapambe kapambe, nakatambe, shot after shot kama ride, shashi kolit kama grade, boy ni mfine na si brade, ni Friday kama fries na mchipo, tukadak kama dingo, sticks kao vijo, stingo si kimbo, anadai tu tufike home, tukafika tots, level cognac, tukasip slow, kama steep slow, nikago low, kanimeblinki dos, sikumbuki nikidos, jana usiku zili nice, manze zangu zilipaka, manze nilisima hunters, manze sasa ni mahanda, jana usiku zili nice, manze nilienda westi, manze nikapoteza chenje, manze sasa nikapambe.
And we are back. This is the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're tuned in into the Black Hot Fire Network media for the 21st century. It's 5 minutes past 11 a.m. in Nairobi. Where are you tuning in from? Where are you listening to us from? Do get to interact with me on Facebook. That is the Black Hot Fire Network. On Instagram, the Black Hot Fire Network, and of course on Twitter, whereby we can get to share with me your thoughts under the topic that we're gonna be discussing today. And of course, if you've missed any of these shows, you can get hold of us on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Where are you listening to us from? And of course, how was your weekend too? Where did you get to spend your weekend? Were you with your friends? Were you with your family? Mine was super busy, super hectic, but again, I'm so grateful to be here with you, family. And I was discussing about Jemutai. As I said, she's a Kenyan artist, a Kenyan comedian, all the way from the Churchill Show. Churchill Show is a program that runs here in Kenya, or rather was running here in Kenya. Let me just use past tense because it's no longer there. Or rather, maybe if it's gonna come back, we don't know. We're gonna see how the COVID is gonna, drive people, or maybe how we're gonna handle the situation. So Churchill Show was a comedy show that was running here in Nairobi, Kenya, and whereby so many comedians right now, due to COVID-19, have lost their jobs. The manager, who's the Kingangi. He's called Kingangi. They call him Mwalimu Kingangi. I know him as Mwalimu Kingangi. He's also a radio presenter in Classic 105 in Nairobi. So I believe that artists have lost so many jobs, and whereby we can get to appreciate one of our artists, that is Calligraph Jones. As I said, he went ahead and spoke to the deputy president on matters affecting artists, especially artists, because trust me, I believe in the industry, whereby in the music industry, in the acting industry, a lot has really been affected. Because if we look in the likes of musicians, whereby there's no longer events. Events do really promote music a lot in a very, very big way. And of course, this has really, because due to the restrictions, and of course keeping on a distance, keeping a distance from each other, wearing masks, sanitizing and everything, just keeping COVID free. This has also affected a lot of artists. Whereby I can also say last year there was some events which were held, but they didn't go so very well. Because the economy was really bad. So people weren't even ready to go back to events. People were just so bored. And of course, I'm so thankful, because the president has had our cries. The president has had the common wananchi's cries. He has removed the lockdown. The curfew has been extended to 10 a.m., whereby it runs from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., whereby you can wake up and start running your businesses. I can even get to appreciate him even more, because if I look in the likes of the hawkers were the most affected, because it is on Saturday. I was in town, and I got to see how hawkers are really struggling, whereby the city council people were coming wanawasumbua, they're disturbing them, so there's no peace. Like, you can't even sit at one place at a point at a time, doing your businesses, get to walk away with money, because at the end of the day, if these people catch you, it's either they're gonna take away your products or whatever you're selling, be it clothes, be it shoes, be it utensils. They're gonna walk away with them, and then unless you follow them, you're the one who's going to lose. And do you follow them, they're gonna ask you money, and maybe that's the only money that you've made in a day, maybe 500 or maybe 100K. I mean, 1,000 bob, in a day, and you're gonna give them all this cash amount, and you're gonna end up going home with nothing. You're supposed to pay the rent, you're supposed to cater for your kids, and trust you me, as I said, kids, the moment you're a baby doesn't understand, there's no this, there's no, they know they're supposed to have everything. They know every morning when they wake up, they're supposed to take tea. By lunchtime, maybe by 10 p.m., they're supposed to take some porridge, maybe some fruits. By lunchtime, they're supposed to eat. By 4, they're supposed to take something. And of course, during dinner time, because kids don't know, they are normally used by whereby their fathers or their mothers providing. And this is whereby it comes in. I talk of Jemutai, who's a Kenyan comedian, and she went ahead and accused her baby daddy, calling him a deadbeat dad. And of course, he went ahead. He's called Professor Mo. The deadbeat dad is called Professor Hamu, who is also a comedian in Churchill Show. I think they met there. And as I said, the moment you kick in a relationship and decide, I want to have a baby, the baby changes the whole situation. A baby changes the whole picture. It's whereby, even sometimes other couples do get to forget about themselves, whereby, we are the founder of this. Because I believe the moment you're entering a relationship, even for you to come and have that kid, it was because of you too. So there's something that you have, in there's that connection that you two are supposed to be having. There's that intimacy. You don't have to be sexual, like that heart intimacy that you have, with each other. So Professor Amma went ahead and claimed that he's not a deadbeat dad. And of course, I know he works on the hot 96. That is a certain radio station here in Kenya. And Chemuntai went ahead and said that this guy is lying. And the last time, or the last moment that he saw the deadbeat dad, it was last in October, that is on 2020, last year on 2020. And the last amount she received from him was only at 9,000 Kenyan shillings. Now tell me, 9,000 Kenyan shillings, and this person is earning some money. Because trust me, the moment you have a high profile here in Nairobi, Kenya, or anywhere you go, the moment you're an artist and your profile is at its toppest, you're gonna get other deals. So it's up to you how you're going to know how to manage your money. Are you supposed to cater for your family? Are you supposed to handle your businesses and everything? Are you supposed to run your financial, status and everything? So now tell me, how does 9,000, which was sent last year in October 2020, help you by paying the rent, catering for your kids? You have yourself right now, considering that you don't have a job, and this deadbeat daddy walked away because, hey, Aliona Izani, like Aliona, hey, these things are really becoming too much. And I believe they don't even have one kid. They have even more. And whereby, of course, the manager or the CEO of the church, the founder of the Churchill Show, you had to go ahead and speak to both of them and come in the issue. I don't know how they really did come the issue, but I just hope by the end of the day he's gonna help them, because he's the founder. Because at the end of the day, also, he's the one his name is gonna be trash talk. Trust you me, his name is gonna be trash talks. Because him being the founder of these people, he's supposed. I believe it's like I don't know. It's just it's very confused, like very confused. I just hope by the end of the day, or they were able to solve this situation. And of course, this brings us to the topic of today, as I was saying. Whereby in the likes of where we're talking about, the baby daddies and how marriage really affects, how kids get to affect marriages, not in a negative way. It's maybe in a negative way or maybe in a positive way. So today we're gonna be discussing about issues that affect marriages. Happiness, majorly happiness in marriage. Are you married? First, we're gonna start there. Are you married? And yes, if you are you happy? Are you really happy? That is the first question. Are you happy? Are you married? And are you happy? Answer me that. You can interact with me on the Facebook, that is the Blackout Fire Network, on Twitter, the Blackout Fire Network, and of course on Instagram, the Blackout Fire Network. I'm gonna be reading your comments. We're gonna take a short break and we're gonna be right back. And of course, also you can get hold of us on the, if you've missed any of these shows, or maybe where you wanna check, what were they discussing on this particular topic. You can get hold of us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Get to interact with us, like, comment, and share. And of course, tell a friend. And of course, do remember to subscribe to support our stream. We're gonna take a short break and we're gonna be right back. And the question before I go on, I'm asking, are you married? Because if you look at the issues, as much as we're discussing about other people's issues, whereby marriage is being affected, how kids, the moment you decide to have a kid, how the kid comes into your life, and how your life has to change. Are you happy? Are you married, and are you happy? That is the question. Are you married? Yes or no? Are you happy? The major question is, are you happy? So we're gonna take a short break, then we're gonna be right back. Do not touch the button.
Cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, is an Irish man. But I'm rising, man, and I rise your mind. Step out of the there before you late, too late. Cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, is an Irish man. But I'm rising, man, and I rise your mind. Step out of the there before you late, too late. Every day I take for Lagos. Wake up in the morning, give my focus. Hustling my niggas in the records. We run up the line. I kill up the show, yeah. I'm on the frustrate the people. Every day my hustle for the paper. Every day it be like Ray Rumble. They rumble, they hustle, they rumble. No look good, your face. When I jump up, I up in the rain. Up the niggas. I'm on the frustrate the people. When I get up the joy, no brother for them. Cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, is an Irish man. But I rise him, man, and I rise your mind. Step out of the there before you late, you late. Cause we jungle at my place, man. Step into my city, is an Irish man. But I rise him, man, and I rise your mind. Step out of the there before you late, you late. Cause we jungle at my place, man.
Welcome back, welcome back. This is the Pan African Bliss Show. You're tuned into the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century, and my name is Joby. How are you doing this wonderful morning? It's the first week of May. It's the 3rd of May. What is your manifestations for this month? What are your affirmations for this month? What are your goals for this month? Make sure that you're not the same the way that you are yesterday, each and every day. Do ensure that you make a plan, you make a progress each and every day. If you didn't do something constructive last month, please do ensure that this month does not end the same. If you're planning to start a business, you better start right now. Whether you have $1, $2, 200 shillings, 300 shillings, start with anything. The business, if it's a business, trust me, it doesn't even require a large amount of capital. It doesn't require a big amount of capital. You just need to start with the little that you have. And the moment that you put in effort, God sees that and He elevates you in a very different way. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, we were discussing an interesting topic whereby we've seen matters. And of course, we start by appreciating. I'm still going to appreciate till the end of the show, appreciating our president for removing the lockdown and extending the curfew time, of course, whereby, whereby we get to appreciate also our artists who went ahead and spoke to our deputy president. He has heard our matters, but I'm going to, again, as we talk about, appreciating our artists and, the government listening to us, we've seen other artists coming in front of the camera or in front of the media or the social media handles, claiming that there's some other deadbeats that here, and of course they are unable to pay bills, they are unable to pay rents, they are unable to cater for their babies, they are running mad, whereby even they have to sell their social media handles. This is really, really crazy. So I don't know what you think about this issue. And I was talking about Jemuntai, and Jemuntai, I said she is a comedian, a Kenyan comedian, all the way from the Churchill Show. And Churchill Show is a show, it's a comedian show which was running. I'm going to use past tense because it's no longer there, and we don't know if it's going to come back, but we hope so, because it's a show that really keeps people in a lively way, whereby you just get to laugh, and have a good time. So yes, Jamonte went ahead and claimed that she's had a kid with the other fellow comedian, who's Professor Hamo. Professor Hamo is also a comedian in the Churchill Show, and of course he also works in the Hot 96, that is the radio station here in Nairobi, Kenya. So these people have been having issues, and of course we got to see the CEO of the Churchill Show coming in front, and he had to talk to them and calm down the issue, to reduce the clout, and to reduce how people just trash talk on the social media. So he just had to calm the situation down, and we hope by the end of the day is going to help them, despite all these accusations that we don't know if they are true or not true, or if it's just cloud chasing. And this brings us to the topic of today, and I just introduced it. Today we're going to be talking about happiness in marriage. Happiness in marriage. So before I took that short break, and I asked you, are you married? Yes or no? It's only two simple questions, two simple answers. Yes or no? And if it's a yes, are you happy? Are you happy? Because trust you me, there's no reason. I'm just gonna start with, there's no reason why you should be in a place or be with someone where you're not happy. It only starts with yourself. Your happiness comes first, because there's no way you can tell me you love this person, or maybe you're happy. No, let me just say, let me use love. I love this person, but in the house or at the end of the day, you're not happy with their actions, you're not that happy with the life that you're living with them, you're not happy with how they're taking good care of you, you're not happy with everything that they do for you. Your happiness starts with you, for you to be able to share happiness with others. That is what I know. That is what I was taught. That is what I even know, not even being taught. That is what I know. Because personally, I hate being around a place where I am sad. I hate being around sadists. Let me just call them sadists. I hate being around where people are so negative. All they talk is about negativity. I hate being around just a place where I feel like my self-esteem is just in a lowest, it's in its lowest form, or whereby people are drowning my energy. I'm not feeling myself, I'm not feeling everything that I'm doing. My happiness, I believe it comes first. I love being in a place, and that's why I always tell you, family, here in the Pan-African Bliss Show, it's all about positivity. We don't want any negative energy coming around here. We keep it positive, always allow positive energy to run around, around you, to run your system, to run your mind. Do not allow negative energy to happen, to cross your mind or cross your path. Because I believe, yes, we do face some situation each and every day. I do believe that life affects us in a different way. I do believe life is not perfect, but again, keep it positive, have hopes. That is why there's a word hope. You always need to have hope. But again, that is not the major topic. The major topic is, are you married? Yes. Are you happy? Are you happy? Because at the end of the day, happiness matters. And of course, this brings us to the I was just checking, and it just crossed my mind. I just felt like I want to talk about this issue, because we've seen, I believe, maybe you're living somewhere, and a neighbor of yours, they always having arguments each and every day, because you never know. Behind these closed doors, there's a lot of things going on. Trust you me. People come out smiling, On the outside, you're giving out the smile. Whatever you're portraying to the world, it's not what you really have. It's not who you really are inside, or it's not what you're really feeling inside. You're showing a smile on the outside, but when you go back to your house, it's another all different case. And I was just looking at the effects or some of the things that brings unhappiness or brings issues in our marriages. What causes this unhappiness in our marriages? Because at the end of the day, you need to be happy, darling. You need to be with someone who makes you happy. You need to be with someone whom you feel secure and protected, loved and cared for. And not only you, your kids. Because the moment whereby you've decided to get married, the kids are gonna arise. And this brings a lot in the table, whereby budgets are rising up, and issues are coming up. How do you even solve those issues? So some of the factors that I know that are affecting marriage is having divorced parents. Having divorced parents is one of them. Having divorced parents, I know some of you are asking how is this, how does this affect marriage? The moment you have a divorced parent in your life, or maybe you've gone or undergone the situation of having divorced parents, whereby you saw your parents fighting, having arguments each and every day. This how children, whatever you portray in front of a child, it sticks in their mind, trust you me, at a youngest age. Because personally, I can say from my own experience, I do remember when my mom and dad did divorce. Trust me, up to date, I still have the image on my face, on my mind. And right now, if I sit down and tell them the same case, they'll be surprised. I do remember how everything went, how they even went to court, decided who was supposed to go with me or who was supposed to remain with me. All this crisis, I do remember. So one of the issues that do affect our marriages. So right now, if I decide like I want to get married, and I go to, I want to get married, yes, and I decide to have kids, I'm going to have to choose how I'm going to handle my issues, because I don't want to reflect or bring the same images, or bring the same life factor tree that happened in the past. I don't want to, I saw my mom doing this, or I see my dad do this, so I'm going to do the same. No, you have to make a change within yourself. Change starts with you. So having divorced parents does affect marriages in a very, very big way. Whatever you portray in front of your kids, that's how they're gonna grow. Whatever you've enabled, them, or whatever has stuck in their mind, or whatever you show them. Because trust me, kids, I don't know, but kids, I believe, are so sensitive. Kids are the most sensitive creatures here on earth. I believe that. Very sensitive. They have a very, very strong sense of humor. I don't know how, but they do. So that is one of the factors. You can interact with me on the social media handles. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. And of course, tell me, what do you think about these issues? Maybe I'm the one who's wrong, but I do believe whatever you go on a daily basis, whatever that you face in life, and you portray it in your future, it's going to affect you one way or another. So if right now, if personally I decide to settle, and maybe I bring maybe my husband, or my husband and I just issues do arise. Issues are there on a daily basis. No marriage is perfect. That is one thing for sure. So if you're looking for a perfect marriage, darling, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. So it's up to me if I'm going to decide, because my mom and dad had this issue when I was young, and I saw it, and it's stuck in my mind. Or maybe one of them influences me in a certain way, or maybe one of them is how do I call them? Let me just say they influence me in a certain way. Then I decide to get married. So because my mom took an action of being divorced, I'm gonna take the same case to my marriage. No. You have to make a change. So the other case that affects marriages, it's being previously divorced, yourself or your partner. Maybe you were once married, then you come again and engage. You are once married, whereby in that marriage you either had one kid or two, and then you decide, you find another person who claims he loves you, he wants to take care of your kids, and blah 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 blah. Then you get to settle. Or maybe your partner was married and he divorced, or maybe he's a divorcee, and you two find each other. Trust me, this is a different case, because this person has an experience of the past relationship, which he or she might want to bring in the same relationship. Kuna hizo, there's some it may affect you either negatively or maybe positively. So however way, being divorced and being remarried, I think somehow it affects marriages, especially if you're having kids from the previous marriage. We're gonna start. Let's say you're a man. You are a man and you have kids, and you found a wife who's single, who's not been married. Then she steps into your house. Of course, you want her to be the mother of your kids, of these kids, and of course, you want her to be your wife. Do you think that she's going to treat these kids the same? That is just the question. I don't even want to complicate this whole situation. It's just a simple question. Do you think this woman is going to treat these kids the same as the mom would have? No. That answer is definitely no. Stepmoms, I'm not saying all of them are bad. I'm not saying all of them are bad. Some are good. Some are angels. Yes, some are angels. I can say I have an angel stepmother, because you can't even tell if she's my mom or not, because how we relate, it's just so super unique, super close, and people admire it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So yeah, one of the things that affects marriages, or happiness, that brings unhappiness in marriages, it's whereby you get a partner who was divorced, or maybe yourself, you've been divorced. And also, one other factor that affects marriages is having different religious backgrounds, which brings unhappiness in marriages. Let's say I'm married to a Muslim and I'm a Christian. Especially when it comes to men, because we believe in Africa, men are always the heads of the house. So when a man says, Cheki, nataka wache kwenda hiyo kanisa, like, I want you to stop going to that church, I want you to stop going to that church, and you're gonna change and you're gonna become a Muslim. He is the head of the house, and of course they say women have to obey. I'm gonna put that in quotes. Women have to obey whatever these people say, and it's gonna bring issues. You're gonna find, maybe I don't want to change, I don't want to become a Muslim, or maybe he doesn't want to become a Christian. It's gonna bring conflicts between us, which is going to make me, and because maybe I don't want to be divorced, or maybe our religion, or maybe our family believes, or not being divorced, or maybe, let's just say, we don't want to be divorced. We have to stay together no matter what. We have to stick together. But when I go out, I'm showing a different picture, or smiling differently. Like, I'm portraying a totally different picture on the society. Like, when I walk out and bump into my neighbor, I'm gonna have to smile. But nikirudi kwa nyumba, when I go back to the house, it's not the same. We're having conflict. So you need to change. You need to wear like this. You need to dress like this. I don't want you, dressing up like Christians. I want you to dress up like a Muslim. All these things brings unhappiness in marriages. So trust me, you need to be with someone who makes you happy. Find a crazy partner as you. Find a calm partner as you. Find the person who suits you. Stop sticking around. Stop sticking around. I don't know how to stick around because of money. I'm gonna look in the likes of ladies because I do remember when kids say there's no love without money. So yes, you're gonna have money, yes, but are you sticking there because of that money, whereby you're not happy? Because trust me, your happiness comes first. Your happiness becomes first. And by the moment whereby you're not happy, or your happiness is affected, your mental is also affected. Your brain is also affected. And this brings up depressions, this brings up insecurities, and so many questions into your head. Each and every time, unaamka tu na mawazo, you're having thoughts in your head each and every time. You're not happy. Be with a person who makes you happy. So I don't know what you think about this, family, but do interact with me on the Black Out Fire Network. That is on the Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on Twitter. Interact with me. Tell me, do you think these issues really do affect marriages? I'm just bluffing. Am I really bluffing? Maybe it's only come on a bluff. I'm saying the truth. So I'm gonna play you Inhale by Lexi Wolf. Please do not touch that button. Interact with me and tell me what you think about this whole thing.
that life can be. Sick of the steps you take. Oh, yeah. It's deeper than the eyes can see. The blessings in and deeper than the deep you see. To infinity and beyond, beyond. In life trying to get my beyond. To count my blessings and move on beyond. Get time not to move out, yeah. To infinity and beyond, beyond. In life trying to get my beyond. My blessings and move on beyond. Get time not to like one year. I'm on the road and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Nah, roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Nah. Mind over matter. You can be anything you dream. Just let the feelings come on, you take them and you learn. And you can fly high and land above the stars. I remember life asked me, you want to be a star? You think you got all you got to go far? Many men that come and many men that fall. So what you got that's different? Who do you think you are? I told him I'm a star. I told him I was blessed. I told him that old man I'm born already star. I told him every test. I told him it was set. I told him we got all we need to go far. The pain on our chest, I feel like heavy stress. But maybe that's the push we need to go far. It's a marathon, not the sprint that we are racing. We got all we need to win, now we relating. Let us roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Nah, roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Nah. We don't like that, we don't like that. 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 We don't like
And we are back. Welcome back to the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. You're tuned in into the Blackout Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Yes. And we are having some amazing moments here. Yes. We are having some amazing moments here. It's been on a Monday, May just kicked in the other day, and of course, I asked you some questions the last time I was here. That was on Friday. That was before we approached me, and I asked you, what have you achieved? What have you achieved, during the month of April? What did you achieve? Did you really do anything constructive to yourself? Did you do anything positive to yourself? Did you really do anything in general, And of course, if you really did, that is round of applause to you. You have to be better. You have to do better than, you don't have to stick to the same place where you were yesterday. You have to improve each and every day. And of course, this is another new month. We have to set other new affirmations. We have to set other new manifestations, write them down, talk to God, tell them, tell him what you want. And of course, if you also have a business whereby you need to start, mashindwa nitaanza aje, ama when am I really going to start? Oh, I have 100 shillings. Oh, I have $1. Oh, I have $2. That $2 can make you a billionaire. Just trust yourself. Do you, and do not let anyone, bring your self-esteem down. So welcome back to the show. We were discussing some very sensitive matters here, and of course, it's issues, affecting our marriages. Whereby I was asking, are you married? And of course, if you are you happy in that marriage? Because I believe our happiness comes first in everything that you do. It's the same way like when you're going to job. Whereby let's say you have a job. Yes, you have applied for the job, you start doing this work, but when you go there, ukienda home uko happy, but when you go back to your work, you're not happy. Whereby unafanya kazi auko happy, you're doing a job that you're not happy with, that is really, really, really bad. That is really bad, because personally, let me say, if I didn't really love my job, I don't think I'll be here. I really, really do love my job, because each and every day I wake up and I'm like, whoa, I have some people to talk to. It brings me positive energy inside me. It brings me, even if I've woken up with the mood like where I don't need to talk, like I don't feel like talking to people today, trust me, by the moment I'm getting here and I imagine them the music I'm going to listen to, just the vibes, everything, just the vibes in general, it turns the whole mood. So ensure each and everything that you're doing, you're happy. And your happiness comes first. And happiness starts with you. You can't tell someone you love them when you're not even happy with whatever they do or whatever that they are doing to you. So are you married? Yes or no? And if yes, are you happy? We have seen some of the factors that affect marriages, and we saw that divorce is being one of them, or having divorced parents. You yourself, if you have been into a certain marriage, and of course you get by, you want to move on, trust me, you already have experience. This person that you are marrying, or maybe you're getting married to, maybe they're new, they don't know about this whole marriage thing. You are already mature in such a way, you're like, your mind is already expanded, it has expanded in a very big way. And it affects, because you have expectations, you have very, maybe big expectations than what I have, or maybe less expectations than what I have. So this brings or contributes to unhappiness in marriages. And also we've seen having whereby having kids from the previous marriages, whereby you decide to get married to someone else, but you're having kids, they are never going to treat them the same. Trust you me, I have testified to that, and I have seen that. Though I've said I am blessed, I have a very good stepmother, but not all of them are good, not all of them are good, not all of them are bad. Because the moment you're having kids, another blood, someone's another, someone's, how do I say this, the moment you're having kids from another marriage, and then you just decide to bump it to a new marriage, this whole thing is not going to be the same, because this person also wants you to bear him or her kids. So it's really, really crazy. But how can we really change that? At the end of the day, as much as we're looking on the negativities, on the matters that affect the marriages or everything, we have to also look at a solution. We also have to find a solution. And of course, I'm gonna be sharing with you family, with you guys. So please do interact with me on Facebook, that is the Blackout Fire Network, on Instagram, the Blackout Fire Network, on Twitter, of course. Also, do remember to use hashtag Blackout Fire Network and hashtag the Pan African Bliss. And if you've missed any of these shows, you can get all of us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, whereby you can watch most of the videos, most of our shows, most of our programs, and you can get to learn something very, positive, get to educate someone outside there, because it's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. At the end of the day, you have to walk out with something positive, because it's the Pan African Bliss Show. You're tuned into the Blackout Fire Network. So yes, we were looking at the negativities, things that cause unhappinesses in marriages. And of course, as much as we're looking at the negativities, because here on the Pan African Bliss Show, it's all about positivities. We have to find a solution. What is the solution? If for you to have a happy marriage, what is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to practice each and every day for you to have a successful marriage or a successful relationship? And of course, I can start by saying, there are many factors that contribute to, a satisfying marriage or a relationship. That is personally on me. So I don't know what about you, family, but do interact with me and tell me what you think about, this situation. For me, I'd say I'll start with love, commitment, trust, time, attention, good communication, which includes listening, because there's no way you can tell me we're having a good communication when you're not listening. It's like I'm talking to you, or whereby you've seen whereby partners, they have had a bad relationship or a bad marriage to a state whereby if you talk to one of them, and maybe they're talking to each other, maybe one of them is just on the phone scrolling, or maybe chatting to someone. That is so disrespectful, trust you me, very, very disrespectful. So if you need to have a good communication, you also need to have a good listener besides you. Not by way I'm talking to you and you're on your phone. No, that is so disrespectful. So yeah, I've said for me, or maybe factors that contribute to a satisfying marriage or a relationship. I'll start by love, commitment, trust, time, attention, time. I'll come back on that. Time, attention, good communication, which includes listening, partnership, tolerance, Hey, tolerance. Tolerance. How many of you do? How many of you do tolerate each other in that house? How many of you do tolerate each other in that? Because I do. Hey, tolerance. Let me just continue, family. Tolerance. Then there's patience. There's openness. There's honesty. Honesty, whereby you just have to be honest. Checky, I'm not happy. Like, hey, I'm not just happy, because these are some of the factors, but again, these are the, we're looking at the solutions. These are no negative things. So I've said love, commitment, trust, time, attention, good communication, which includes listening, partnership, tolerance, patience, openness, honesty, respect. Respect, which is really important, because if you look in the likes of the good communication, whereby I'm talking to you and you're on your phone, that is a disrespect. So you must have respect on each other, not only to your husband, but also your husband, that is anafaa kukuheshimu. He has to respect you. It's not supposed, because I'm the head of the house, I'm blah blah, where no, I'm just saying. So yes, respect, sharing, consideration, generosity, willingness, that is the ability to compromise, and of course being constructive, whereby you have, you, at the end of the day, you have to achieve something, or you have to help each other achieve something. So yeah, those are the some of the factors that, lead to, or can help improve a relationship or marriage. How many of you do even get time for each other, whereby unakaa, yes, mmekuwa married, you've been married for maybe over 10 years. I'm gonna just start by that. Let's say you've been married for over 10 years. For these over 10 years, maybe you have 3 kids or maybe 4 kids. Maybe they're in high school, maybe they're in primary. Yes. Because the moment, as I said, when I began this show, I began with the issues that are affecting the artist. And of course, we got to touch one of the issues that, includes, the marriage and of this relationship thing. The moment you're gonna get into a marriage, there is that time itafika, or that time that's gonna reach, whereby you're gonna decide, or you're gonna make a conclusion, whereby, I need to have a kid. And the moment the kids come into your life, trust me, everything changes. All the attention that you had for the two of, the attention that you had for each other, it all turns back to the kid. That is true, right? So you barely have time for each other. Like, how often do you even sit down with your partner and ask them, babe, how you've been doing, what are some of the things that you have learned for all those years, what is it that you need us to improve? I mean, how many of you even do get that time for each other, just whereby you just talk, or maybe you remind each other of the good times? Or is it all about, oh, hakuna skari, oh, there's no sugar in the house, there's no flour in the house, there's no salt in the house, the rent has not been paid? You're just raising up issues each and every time. Maybe you, the wife, you're just raising up issues all the time. This maybe you're causing the you're bringing sadness in the house. You're the cause of the sadness, because trust me, on the likes of men, if I'm gonna just speak on men for now, for now, for now, I believe men do go through a lot, and whereby they just need a partner who's, give them peace, someone who's there to understand. These people do go through a lot whenever they decide, nimeamka leo, I'm just waking up, I'm going to hustle. You come back, maybe you have 100 bob in your pocket, utapea bibi yako hiyo 100 bob, atafurahi. You give them that 100 bob, that $1, they're gonna be happy. And maybe you're left with nothing in your pocket, but tomorrow they're gonna require for more. And if you tell them there's no more, like you don't have anything left, they don't believe you. They just, oh, you're giving them to other women. Oh, raise issues all the time. These are some of the things that brings issues, in the marriages. So how do you improve that? How do you make your relationship perfect? How do you get to understand each other perfect? How do you get to resolve these issues and say, today we don't need to fight, let's just sit down and talk, let's just have a good communication and just listen. Let us just listen to each other. How many of you do that? How many of you tolerate each other? How many of you have that patience in that marriage? How many of you are honest in that marriage too? Do you even respect each other? Do you even share each other's things? Like, whereby I just come with a Cadbury home, I'm just like, let me give you 1 bar. How many of you do that? It's this little things. Yesterday I was coming back home, and it was 11. it was 11 past curfew because there were no matatus. So we had to book a cab. And whereby when we took a cab, there was the driver. He was like, I remember the wife called him and he was just like, hi city, how you doing? I'm really, really sorry that I can't get home right now. I just found some people on the street and I really just had to carry them, to get this money in my pocket. And of course, also to ensure that they are safe because it's past curfew. It was the humbleness, for me, the humbleness for me, he's really an old guy. He doesn't even look that romantic, I'm sorry to say, but I was just like, the moment he finished, I was just like, whoa. Let me just tell you the truth. You really don't know how happy your woman is wherever she is. Do you know what it means? Like, whereby, your man calling you, telling you, I am sorry. Just that it's the little things, trust me, it's the little things. Even when women don't require a lot, we don't need to have the Prado, we don't need to have the Lamborghini, we don't need to have everything like expensive. It's the little things. It starts with the little things. Even that one sweet, that just that one bar or that one chocolate bar, that just the little things, trust you me, it's all that matters. So we've seen the solutions, and of course, we're gonna also check on other things that can improve our marriages. So we have seen on good communication and listening skills, and of course, we have seen on honesty, whereby honesty comes with trust, because a relationship cannot continue without trust and honesty, trust you me. And of course, you need to have also forgiveness. You have to have forgiveness. No relationship is perfect. No relationship is perfect. Just be humble. Do get to listen to your partner. Do get to engage with them. Feel for them. Feel for them. Do you know how it feels to feel for someone? I do. I do. As much as I don't have someone, I do. I do. There's also emotional support. There's humor. There's magic on small things. There is magic of small things. Whoa, there is magic in as I said, it's the little things. You don't have to give me a whole bunch of flower. You don't have to give me roses. You don't have to give me expensive things. It's the little things that you start with, because little by little you'll be elevating. It's the same way that I told you, if you have a business to start, just start it right now, because it's the little things, and day by day utendo kipanda, you'll go, as you elevate. And of course, sharing sharing interest. Do ensure that, whenever you're having a conversation with your partner, you get to interact with each other, and of course, get to discuss each other, as solve each other's issues, feel for each other, just share your interest. Oh baby, I feel like you should do this and this. Maybe you have a business, oh baby, I think that you should do this and this. Hi Derek, thank you for tuning in. I can see you. Thank you so much for being here on the Blackout Fire Network. And I was discussing on the matters that affect marriages, and I was asking, are you married? Are you married? And if you are you happy? Because I do believe people have skeletons, as I said, skeletons hidden behind them, or maybe masks. I'm gonna call them masks, not skeletons. I'm gonna call them masks. People do wear masks outside here, whereby when you go outside and you bump into a neighbor, you're gonna be filled, your face is gonna change, whereby you're smiling all over. But when you go back in that house, whereby you have to be with your wife or be with your husband, you're gonna frown. You change to another mood. You're frowning. Mpaka watoto wanakushanga. The kids are just so astonished, like, what is wrong with our mom? What is always wrong with our dad? And of course, this picture that you're portraying in your kids or in front of your kids, they grow up with, I grew up with sadist parents, so I'm also gonna be a sadist. So I said some of the factors that affect marriages is having maybe divorced parents, and maybe if you've been married and maybe you've been divorced and then decide to bump into another relationship. Or maybe if you've had kids in the previous relationships, and then you decide, I want to get divorced, then you walk away with the kids. Let's say if it's a man whereby you have two kids and you decide to marry another wife. Do you think that woman is going to treat those kids the same way that your wife would have treated them, the biological mom? And of course, I said no, though not all stepmoms are bad. personally, I can say I am super blessed, super blessed. And yeah, those are the factors that really affect marriages. And I have also talked about I can see you, Derek. You're saying you're very happy, and of course, that is as it should. I'm gonna say as it should, because you cannot be with someone, or I don't see the necessity or the need for you being with someone whereby you're not happy. I don't see the need sticking around and you're not happy, be it because of money, be it because of property, be it because of fame, be it because of anything. You don't have to stay with someone who doesn't make you happy. Your happiness comes first, and happiness starts with you, because the moment you're happy, you're also going to learn how to share happiness with others. So you don't have to stick somewhere where you're not happy. And yeah, David, thank you so much. So I have discussed on that, and I said I also touched on the, how can we improve our marriages or our relationship, as we have seen the factors that affect or bring, unhappiness in relationships and marriages. And I've said, despite the marriages and everything, the divorcees and the divorced ones, the successful things that we can do, or maybe the how we can improve the relationship status of ours, is by sharing love, commitment, trust, time, attention. And I asked, how many of you, be it you've been married for 5 years, and whereby you have kids, because the moment you decide to have kids, attention, all the attention that you had for each other is drawn to the baby, right? So how many, after those 5 years, how long, how often do you even sit with your wife or your husband? Do you even ask her, how are you being? Do I even treat you right? Do you feel like you're okay? Are you comfortable? It's the little things. The little things. It doesn't have to be a mansionette or a Bugatti for me to be happy. No, it's the little things. So you have to have time for each other. Need to trust each other. You need to have commitment. You need to love each other. You need to have good communication, whereby, and also which includes listening. Because I can't be communicating with you and you're not listening to me. You're scrolling on your phone, or maybe you're on your laptop, or maybe you're walking around, you don't even want to listen. That is not going to work. Definitely, it's gonna frown my face, and that is not a sign of happiness to me. And you need to also have partnership. You need to have tolerance. You need to have patience. You need to have openness amongst each other. You need to be honest, whereby honesty comes with trust, because no relationship works without, no relationship works without trust and honesty. You need to have honesty and trust us for a relationship to work. You need also to respect each other and appreciate each other. You need to be, you need to share. You need to have consideration. You need generosity. You need willingness and ability to compromise with each other. And of course, that has been it, family. So I don't know what you think about this matter, but I've seen Derek, he's saying he's very happy. And Derek, that is how you should be. Your happiness comes first. But anyway, we're almost coming to the end of the show, and this is the Pan African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and you're tuned into the Blackout Fire Network. So we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna come back as we wind up the show. So communicate with me, family. Get hold of me on the social media handle, that is Facebook on the Blackout Fire Network, on Instagram the Blackout Fire Network, on also on Instagram of the Blackout Fire Network. And of course, if you've missed any of these shows, or any of if you want to catch up with us, or maybe see whatever that we've talked in our previous relationship, because here it's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. At the end of the day, here on the Blackout Fire Network, we want to ensure that you've worked out with something positive, something that will educate you, and of course, whereby you can even interact with your friends. And yeah, we get to educate each other. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna take a short break, that we're gonna be coming back. So as we wind up the show, thank you, Derek. I can see you saying let me just read that. I can see Derek saying, I got to get ready to go back to the plantation farm. Have a nice day. Thank you so much, Derek, for tuning in. It's always a vibe, seeing you here in the Blackout Fire Network, and of course, getting to engage with us. We're gonna take a short break. Then we're gonna be back, family. Do not touch that button, please. Yeah.
Yeah, Josephine. It's Die Heartbeat. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, on my day, what you need, on my day, what you need. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, on my day, what you need, on my day, what you need. From the bottom of my head to the sole of my feet, on my day, what you need, on my day, what you need. Yeah, from the bottom of my head to the sole of my feet. On my head, but in me, on my head, but in me, yeah. I'm making you, I did that in you, I did calling you, I'm rushing in you, I'm reminding you, I did that in you, I did calling you, I'm rushing in you, yeah. Only fellow nature me, but it makes sense. I need it to make it. It's not it on me, don't matter touch, I don't feel it. I don't need you, I don't need you. Sensitivity, you, negativity, you, oh yeah. Yeah, I want it to come. Yeah, I want it to get best. I am moving now, yeah. As we run the table, every hallelujah. Thanking you, thanking you, I'm calling you, I'm rushing you, I'm remembering you, thanking you, I'm calling you, I'm rushing you, yeah. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, on my day, what you need, on my day, what you need. From the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, on my day, what you need, on my day, what you need.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back to the Blackout Fire Network. This is the Pan African Bliss Show.
Radio, media for the 21st century.
Yes, all the way. This is the Pan African Bliss Show, and my name is Joby. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's 12. It's 1 minute past 12. Time is really running here very quickly, and of course, I can see the sun is really shining very, very bright outside. I believe the weather is super, super hot. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but please do get to interact with me on Facebook. That is the Blackout Fire Network. On Instagram, the Blackout Fire Network. On Twitter, the Blackout Fire Network. Thank you so much, Derek. I can see that you've already gone to the farm. I don't know if it was already left us, but we were discussing family. We were discussing on matters, issues that arise each and every day. So we were discussing on matters that happiness, happiness in marriages, factors, or the things that affect marriages. And of course, I asked, the first question that I pulled out was, are you married? And if you are you happy? Because I believe our happiness comes first, despite everything. And we've touched on the factors. We've seen also on the, the things on how to improve the relationships. So thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Thank you to Derek, who has also interacted with us. Thank you. We get to appreciate you. And do remember, if you've missed any of our shows, you can get hold of us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, whereby you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, tell a friend to tell a friend, because it's all about positivity. Here on the Pan African Bliss Show, we always keep it positive. It's always about positivity. We don't want any negative energy. And of course, do remember here, it's always also about listening, engaging, and transforming. At the end of the day, we want you to walk out with something positive. So it's been a vibe. It's been a great vibe tuning in here on the Blackout Fire Network and being, getting to interact with you, family. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know what is wrong with me lately, because is it that I'm talking quickly, or what is wrong? Because my voice is also going raspy, but I'm so grateful that I've interacted with you. I'm so grateful to be tuning and also being engaging, and communicating with you people. So it's we are coming to the end of the show, and it's a vibe, and I'm feeling sad because I have to end the show. But yes, we have other shows coming. Maybe you're like, oh no, it's almost coming to an end, or like, oh no, I've come at the latest time. But no, we have other shows coming along in the next few minutes. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been your girl Joby. Please do remember to subscribe, also to share and support our platform, and you can get all of us also on the www.blackoutfire network, whereby you can watch other shows or any of the shows that you have missed. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna say kwaheri for now, kwaheri ya kuonana, but don't touch that button, because we have other amazing programs coming in. Thank you so much. Please do have a lovely afternoon.